Thanks so much for tuning in to the Trade Setup with me, Niraj Shah. Now, did you know that India is now the largest primary market globally by volume and second largest by value, contributing nearly 10% of the global IPO value and 27% of the volumes. But it's only 4% of the world GDP. This is the point about how raucous the primary market activity has been in the last 12 or 18 odd months. So big days in the last 365 odd days for the primary markets for sure. In fact, there is one today and we'll talk about that as well. But before that, the global news flow. US stock futures have ticked higher after a second day of gains. So yesterday was gain, day before yesterday was uptick, and the futures are marginally higher. The problem though is the US 10-year treasury yield has risen to 4.63% ahead of the key jobs data. Justin Trudeau has resigned as the PM of Canada, big one. US has added Tencent and Catalan to Chinese military blacklist. And in fact, one of the Bloomberg stories suggests that Chinese hackers are targeting the Philippine president and have stolen the key military data. So from geopolitical perspective, it's a very, very news-heavy day. Bear that in mind. Nevertheless, here's what the world markets did. So like I said, NASDAQ up, S&P 500 up, even though Dow was flat. Dow futures are in the green though, which is a positive. Asia, mixed, but Nikkei is a big spurt, if you will, but largely you see a tick of green on the screen across the board. And our markets showing a bit of a bounce from yesterday's pullback. Now, there is a strong support at 23,300, 400 levels. That's the zone that people are talking about. Will we test those or will we bounce back? Remains to be seen. I think there is still some time left before we bounce back, really. So, you know, there are multiple negatives, right? Japanese rates and what Japan indicated in about interest rates was probably something weighing in. Also, weak banking results for the Indian markets over the weekend. And the big one, which is the HMP virus. Now, you know, the HMP virus scare may well turn out to be unfounded, but could still continue to weigh in on the markets because we might hear news stories of how people are recovering and it is not the same as COVID, but when markets are scared, they find enough reasons to latch on to, and this could be one of the many. Like I said, Japanese rates and banking results, and therefore weak earnings are probably the fundamental reasons why the markets did crack yesterday. But this one adds fuel to the fire, if you will, even if, and hopefully it turns out to be a bit of a no-go. I mean, we certainly pray that it doesn't become a big deal. But it's very difficult to account for a sustained up move for the time being. So a bounce back today, I don't know if that really lasts, to be very honest. And therefore, watch out for specific bottom-up stories. That's the nature of the day. Diagnostic stocks were in focus yesterday as well because of this virus scare. Defense sector, because order flows will start coming in thick and fast in Q4. And you probably see that plus construction stocks essentially being the ones that you want to focus on. So like I said, IPOs and standard glass lining technology subscribed 13 times on day one already. So, well, let's wait and watch. I think there's a listing as well today. So watch out for that too. Indofarm, I got subscribed massively. I think the second highest subscription in the last 12 months. And watch out for Indofarm in the session today as well. But stocks to watch today. Watch out for IGL plus BPCL plus GAIL, because BPCL has given an in-principle approval for the listing of MNGL. Now, what is MNGL? It's a JV. IGL has 50% stake. BPCL has 22.5% and GAIL has 22.5%. MGL doesn't come into focus really, but be that as it may. And it's a company that's authorized city gas distributor in the city of Pune. Okay, so watch out for those three. IGL, BPCL and GAIL, not MGL. Now, Citi says that the listing of MNGL could help unlock value for IGL in our view. The company's two JVs together contribute for 56 rupees per share of the target of 450, but MNGL's contribution is 45. Now, on a target of 450, 45 rupees comes in from MNGL. Imagine that if there's an in-principle approval and if there's a listing, what it could do for IGL. It could also help GAIL's, of course, unlisted investments, 12 rupees of 280, not too big. But for IGL, it's big. And remember, IGL had fallen yesterday. So I would suspect that the stock could show a bit of a rise today. So watch out for this one. Watch out for KIOCL plus NMDC. As per reports, Steel Ministry's proposed a merger between the two. Let's see if there is a bit of a traction. I reckon KIOCL in part, not just yesterday, but the last few days has been up because of that. Nuvoco Vistas has emerged as a successful resolution applicant for Vadraj Cement Limited assets through insolvency proceedings, so watch out for this one. Ashoka Buildcon has executed a concession pact with NHAI for a project worth 1391 crores. Keep an eye out for this one. Kaplan Point, the company's arm has received an establishment inspection report or the EIR from the US FDA for the Tamil Nadu manufacturing facility with no observations. It's a positive. Maybe this one reacts positively. SH Kelkar has some the Q3 updates not too strong. Revenue is up about 4%. 9-month revenue, in fact, was up 17%. So Q3 has been a bit of a disappointment. Margin pressures will persist, they say, until Q4 FY25. The net debt too has gone up. I would suspect that SH Kelkar was down yesterday, may well be down today as well. IndoEdge, on the other hand, not bad. Standalone billings, recruitment solutions, 99 acres, all of them growing reasonably okay, 15.8%, 15.2%, and 16% respectively. So watch out for these as well. Now, a couple of brokerage notes. In fact, there are a lot of brokerage notes today. One is the City on Hyundai. So therefore, that is very strong, initiating it a buy. The target price is 2250. They say that it is strong parentage and an attractive product portfolio, and the potential upside from exports and commissioning of the new plant will actually help. Or capacity expansion in new plant should boost volumes from H2 FY26. Their target price is about a 23% upside, I believe, from the current price. So watch out for Hyundai in case it has a bit of a reaction. Watch out for Zomato. Jefferies has downgraded Zomato to a hold. The target price is 275. And they say that they expect a year of consolidation of Zomato in terms of stock price after doubling nearly in the last 12 months. But the rise in quick commerce competition is a worry on profitability from the newcomers as well as from newer groups looking to enter. They cut Blinkit EBITDA forecast sharply over FY26 and 27, and they believe that valuations are not excessively expensive, but the competitive intensity is the reason why they are going negative on Zomato, or at least downgrading the stock to a hold. The target price is still about 275. A clutch of other names, of course. Cement prices have probably seen some stability, particularly in the south. So that's something that I think Nomura's note is talking about. But all of this will be discussed on television. But for now, thanks so much for tuning in to the Trade Setup today.